Here's the return from inside his 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
It's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Paul.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
Showing the arm strength to the left. And he's got it inside the 20. And that's where he'll go down. An explosive play moves the sticks. Looking for a crease. It's Maffa. Pushing ahead, a tough run. Picks up 4. It's down at the 15. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. They feed him again. Relying on the run, he gets a couple before he's knocked down. Ball's at the 13.
Colorado 14, Clemson 7.
Now facing a third down as they come back to the line after the break. Power football with the run. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And you hear about run blitzes. This is exactly what a run blitz is. When you know the ball's coming up the middle, you want to bring those linebackers, get them closer to the line of scrimmage, and fire. Right when the ball snaps, he's coming downhill, doing a good job creating the loss. That linebacker really knew what was going on.
Splits the uprights right down the middle. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. From inside the 15, here's the return. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike scored. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of explosiveness going.
And I don't know if they're going to get the same looks defensively because of just how explosive that play was, Reese. David, they may be seeing a little bit more off coverage on this drive and maybe some softer boxes to run into.
And when you make that kind of explosive play, you're going to put the defense on its heels. They're going to be a little bit more conservative. So this offense approach now, maybe I don't have to go deep. I can go a little bit shorter and just make those easy plays in there.
Ball spotted at the 29. Here they come on 3rd and short. Back to throw, it's Sanders. Gonna take a shot. He's got it downfield for a huge gain.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial on plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. And that's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that...
A shot toward the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
This defense is going to have to make some adjustments here at halftime because they have been taken advantage of deep down the field in the passing game. They've already given up 2 TD passes. That was almost number 3, and we're only in the first half.
On target to the left. Touchdown, Buffaloes! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And that's his 2nd receiving touchdown of the game. My man is just finding pay dirt. Tell you what, these are the kind of guys that you continue to feature throughout a game when he can do this kind of damage after he catches the football.
He's looking to throw. And that was so close to a turnover in the end zone. The defense almost with the huge play. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Number 17 sets a kickoff.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They're going to have to be more aggressive in this drive. You can't expect to win this one, David, kicking field goals.
No, especially when you're trailing. You got to have a little more urgency and maybe a little more aggressiveness, Jesse. Field goals are not going to get it done down the stretch.
Yeah, you're going to have to take some shots, no doubt. Bottom line, when plays present themselves, you just simply got to make them.
They'll snap this one from the 30 on 1st and 10. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Going deep. And the pass is intercepted. Didn't let him get loose on the return, but he'll take it as they have the ball at the 47.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision making.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's what this defense has to do, guys. They've got to knock this quarterback down to the ground. He's already thrown a couple of TDs. The only way you're going to stop that is with good quarterback pressure.
To throw, it's Sanders. Quickly complete. At the 35, he's got room. And he'll take it all the way. They couldn't bring him down. Touchdown, Colorado.
Have a day, young fella. I foresee some social media posts in his future. Not 1, not 2, but 3 receiving touchdowns on the day. What a ball.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. The kickoff team takes the field to boot this one away. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum in. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. He'll try to take it back. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Bucks! Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Maffa. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. Quarterback checking the play. Looking downfield, it's Klubnik. He's going for the big play. Makes the catch down the right side. Can anyone catch him? 10. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Clemson.
Man, nice job getting the passing game going. This is big, man. Going into the half, and listen, I know you're trailing, but building some momentum. Maybe this second half we can keep airing the football out, cutting into this deficit, and who knows what the heck will happen.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinator. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. He'll start the return inside his 25. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. creates a little room. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30+.
And how about the big strike down the field? I love when offenses take shots down the field, trying to make big plays. Now they're set up in the red zone.
And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. On second down, wants to throw. A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Buffaloes! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
How about the day for this young fella? That's a 4-game stretch. Nope, 4 touchdowns in 1 game. He has been the focal point of this offense, and he has not disappointed.
Back to throw, it's Sanders. And that one is picked off in the end zone.
The attempt at the 2-point conversion is no good. That keeps the score. Colorado 40, Clemson 17.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
Kick this one away.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them in the game right now. You got to get some points on the board. You got to create something positive, Jesse. There hasn't been a whole lot to be positive about in the first half.
If I'm playing quarterback, I'm locating my go-to guy at receiver. Who can I count on one-on-one to go and make me a play? Maybe even one-on-two. Who can go up, catch the ball, get us some yards, and get us some points.
Clemson jumps to the line. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. He wants to throw. Fires to the middle. And it's incomplete. Good play downfield by the DB.
Yeah, and I like the shot, the aggressive play down the field. And we like throwing those jump balls up to my receiver because usually the receiver makes the play and makes the defender look bad. Nice job by the defender getting a hand on it, tipping that ball away from the wide receiver.
Back to pass, it's Klubnik. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. They'll give it to the back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. The Tigers will try to pick it up on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Caught in the backfield. It's Moore. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work.
And they decided to go for it. They decided to be aggressive, trying to throw the football down the field. Receiver, quarterback not on the same page. No dice. Turnover on downs.
He's going to pass. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. It's complete. A huge pickup. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Colorado.
When these offenses get in the rhythm, they're hard to stop. Already up early, got got a short field, take advantage of it too, get another touchdown. This offense is doing whatever they want to do and having a lot of success.
He's got it in the end zone for the 2 as they tack on a little more to this big lead. They want to get the ball right back here in the first half. They've got the lead and going for the onside kick. They'd hoped to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And you don't see a lot of these. You don't see a lot of onside kicks earlier in the game, especially in the second quarter. You still feel each other out. You're still getting into the game. You don't want to give away that momentum, but that's exactly what they did by failing on that onside kick.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. They keep feeding him in this running game, and the defense is having none of it, and it's been that way all day. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Looking for a man, it's Klubnik. Forced out of the pocket. Slips it. The pressure on him, and the quarterback goes down, and that's how we'll wrap up the first half. And that'll do it. Here in the second quarter, halftime has arrived, and we head to the studio. And the Buffaloes will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Maffa. Knocked down right at the 25, and I guess he breaks even, bringing it out of the end zone. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Got blown out in the first half, and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the third quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange, and you can't quantify it, and I don't know how to describe it as a coach or as a player, but you got to make something happen, and it's got to start on this drive.
Well, I know that one fell incomplete, but what a day this guy's had throwing the football. Multiple touchdowns, and he's done a really nice job with his decision-making. Hasn't thrown any picks, which has really helped keep this offense on schedule.
Quarterback will audible. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He unleashes a long one. He's got it on the right. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
Well, if they're going to get back in this game, they need more plays like that. That was something that was missing in the first half. Explosive plays in the passing game, and they get one here, trailing early in the third quarter. Let's see if these receivers can make more plays like that as this game goes on.
Had to work to pick up 3 down to the 33-yard line. Dropping back, it's Klubnik. Deep shot for the end zone. And he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, Tiger.
And, man, is that perfect timing. You can tell quarterback drops back. He sees his guy, and he knows he's open. But watch the throw. Deep down the field, Palmer, right in the breadbasket. Nice play, nice pitch and catch.
He did a nice job of getting it up in the air early and allowing his guy to run under the football, locate it, and then make a tough grab. That is the definition of an explosive play. He'll toss it. He gets in there for the 2-point conversion, and now it's a 3-possession game. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. And they finish things off with a scoring toss from the 33. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
He'll bring it back from inside the 15. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. He's looking to throw it. Escapes trouble. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
Man, a lot of coaches talk about starting the drive positive and the first play that can get you going. The QB just kept backing up and going backwards, and that is not the start to the drive they were looking for.
Looking to pass on second down. Going for the big play. And a big play on the outside. What a job to keep those feet in bounds and get the completion.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Looking to throw at Sanders. Throws for the tight end. They've avoided the interception all day, but they're lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be second down.
Well, things have mostly been going right for this offense in this game so far. That's why they have the lead they have. But that time, a little bit of a mental error. That should have been intercepted. Don't love the decision by the quarterback.
Catch in the middle. It's Horn. A pickup of 8 now to convert this 3rd and 2.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Pressure coming. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down.
3rd and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
Unloads to the wideout. Got it past the marker. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect 4th down call there. And the Buffaloes are moving quickly down the field. Comes out throwing on 1st down. Pocket starts to collapse. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
This QB has had a lot of success all day long, throwing for so many touchdowns, looking very comfortable. Finally, the defense gets to him. Finally, the defense gets a win. They needed something to go their way. Got to start getting some more hits on this guy.
He'll loft one deep down the left side. And he makes the catch inside the 10.
And a big reason why this team has the lead in this game is because of plays like that. They know they've got firepower throwing the ball. They've got the dudes outside that can make things happen. You saw it in the first half, and you see it here again early in the 3rd quarter.
To the end zone, and it's picked off. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
And that's just excellent cover. Man, cover 1, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board, and you still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do.
And he's got it at the 25. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24.
It's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
On the run, fires downfield. Tosses it incomplete. Now on 2nd down. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Fires to the wideout. And it's picked off for the 4th time today. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Have a day, young fella. 2 interceptions already? That's 3, 4, 5, 6 games for some people. A hot start, catching the football. He's acting like he's playing wide receiver out there. I might think about trying a different DB.
Dropping back, it's Sanders. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
This defense is heating up. They got an interception the last possession. You could tell breaking on the football really, really well, seeing where the quarterback's throwing it, going to try to get it. Got another hand on him, almost had another interception.
He hurls one deep down the left side. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
They're bringing heat. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. Bunch formation trying to spring a guy free.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Colorado 48, Clemson 25.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. He's looking to throw. Fires downfield. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there. You have a big lead in the fourth quarter. When you do that, the only explanation for it is you're trying to send a message by sticking in another touchdown.
Yeah, and saying, listen, it's your job to stop us, and right now we're eating you alive. So I think, you know, there's some psychological.
And he grabs it at the 15. Touchdown, Bucks! And the route is on.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finished it with an explosive play in the passing game, scoring from 47 yards out. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Looking downfield, it's Klubnik. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down. From the gun, wants to pass. He turns that loose down the right side. Running toward the tape. The 10. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Tigers. Nice play there by the offense, but still a ton of ground to make up.
Yeah, this one's pretty much over, but listen, put that exclamation point on it. Finish the way you want to finish. Make sure your offense keeps that momentum going. It can build throughout the season.
No backs with the quarterback as they line up for the 2. He's looking to pass. Fires and picked off.
The 2-point attempt is no good. That keeps the score. Colorado 55, Clemson 31.
The deficit is huge. This one is all but over, but they'll keep trying and line up for the onside kick. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
And it was a nice job.
Lets it fly deep downfield. Broken up, incomplete, and nearly intercepted in the end zone. It'll be second down.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Dropping back, it's Sanders. Coming after it. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell.
A third and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking left. Another incompletion on third down.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable third and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
They already have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on. Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Buffaloes! And the beatdown has ensued.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
He wants to throw it. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
And these decisions to go for two, you see more and more of it throughout a game, chasing points, and then in the end, you wonder if this just comes back to bite you.
That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick.
Well, here in the fourth quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. From the gun, the running back has it. Brought down at the 39 after a pickup of 10. It'll be a first down. Clemson is quick to the line.
That's a really nice game. It just would have been really nice to see this from this offense earlier. Now you're getting to the point where there's a couple of thought processes. Do I build momentum for next week? Do I try to get this offense, the ground game clicking, or do I throw the football every play and try to make this football game close?
He fires to the left side. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here with a big...
And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. Let's see what Clemson comes up with on first and goal. Wide receiver shows motion. They'll dial up the run on first and goal. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. He makes a grab. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. We hit the 2-minute warning, and this offense is desperate to make something happen and do it in a hurry. Well, they've gotten it down to the 3, but now it's third and goal. I'm sorry you're unlikely to win today, but here's the fabulous part of it. A late touchdown. You wants something to be able to feel positive about after this game, and maybe that late touchdown will do it.
And Reese, I'm positive that stat counts on my stat line. Keep playing. Keep piling up those stats. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
They'll line up to go for 2. Trying to barge in. He's back in the end zone for the 2-point conversion and followed the touchdown as he single-handedly is trying to keep them in it. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From inside the 15, here comes the return. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. What a feeling this has to be, David, in complete control and headed. He's going to let one fly down the middle. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. The expressway is wide open. The 10. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down.
Yeah, good shit, man.
Some might have the philosophy to milk the clock.
I thought he was gonna play Madden when Ty hit me, but it's all good. I ain't played this in a minute.
They're going to keep their foot on the gas, continuing to throw the football down the field, attack, make big plays like they have all game long.
To the air, it's Sanders. He wants it all. Touchdown, Colorado. And the punishment has been extended.
I don't think so because I know it came from him because he said something that I know said something that he don't
run this game out.
at my mom.
I'm going to continue to pad my stats.
But my mama
my receiver
is
out
what
wide.
Phil said. My mama. Danielle don't talk like that.
He makes the grab in the end zone. They must have seen something on film as they turn the fake into the 2-point conversion. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Number 17, set to kick it away.
On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positive.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You've got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, that you're talking about.
Now on first down from the 43-yard line. Looking to move it through the air. A deep throw as the clock winds down. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. And he crosses the goal line and gets the touchdown, but way too little, way too late. But they still do count it for 6.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
And the extra point was good. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish it in style with a 57-yard toss for 6. At this point, a comeback would take one of the biggest miracles in the history of the sport, but they'll line up for the onside kick. They're on it, and they get it back for another drive.
Well, they decide to go onside kick, and how about the effort by the kicking team, able to dive on that ball and keep possession.
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. On the move, it's Maffa. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. On second down, wants to throw it. Going for it all. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be third down.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
To the air, it's Klubnik. He'll take another shot here. He's got it. Down to the 3-yard line, and that's where they'll have it, first and goal. Offense takes a timeout, 27 seconds left.
And this offense has got to kick it in high gear now. Making a big play, that is great, but we got to go up-tempo. We got to go fast. We're trailing big in this ball game. We got to put a lot of drives together and maybe even get lucky with an onside kick. And I think this offense is all but surrendered, right? Like they're down so much. They need to be throwing the football if they want to score a bunch of points to get back in this game. But they got to find something moving forward, man. This was a rough day. This was not a great offensive performance. They got to bounce back. The next opportunity, the next moment. Because today, oof, it was not a good day. And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game.
Looking to the end zone on 3rd and goal. They're trying to get to it. The pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
At this point in the game in the 4th quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
He'll set up to throw. Moves away as he feels pressure. And the pass is dropped and incomplete, and that's going to do it. Clock has struck 0, and the ball game is over. Not a lot of drama in this one as they just get punched in the face and lose by double figures.
Not a lot of drama, but there is a lot to fix. On offense, on defense, on special teams. This team, David, they've got a lot to figure out.
Yeah, but you know what, Jesse? The coaches are going to be in a great mood. The bus rides, the plane rides, those will all be real fun. Practice this week, it's going to be a blast.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.